it's right. It's in the book of Genesis. You know about the story. Stop. You're doing the classic bait and switch from what is called global atheism to local atheism. Okay. Now, if I were to tell you, listen carefully. Thinking about the Christian God. Listen to me, sir. Okay. When we're talking about God, we're talking about the supreme being and the creator of all things. Now, myself and others in here only defend that the only God that can be put on the table is the Christian God. But that's not
worldview. Okay. Then from their point of view, this potential actual would contradict their worldview. I didn't say that it was necessarily false. I said, but they can't put on the table as a potential actual a worldview that there is not their own. You see, Tom isn't getting any of this.
Let me make this very clear. Okay, this is a very profound philosophical point that I'm going to make to you, but I'm going to make it simple. Statements are only viable or ultimately meaningful with respect to the worldview that you are speaking from. You cannot utter a metaphysically viable statement, Dirty, from another worldview that is not your own, because no other worldview exists with respect to the worldview that you're speaking of. It is a logical incoherency to utter a proposition that is not derivative of your own worldview.
People believe in gods. Your God is one of a long list. I believe in zero gods. Do you believe in Zeus?
No.
How about Marduk?
How can you ask these questions without borrowing from my worldview?
No, I could temporarily assume that logic is dependent on Zeus to do an internal evaluation. For example, I can do an internal evaluation. I could do an internal evaluation of any worldview and temporarily assume it to do an internal critique. You can do that for. Hold on a second. You can do that. You can do an internal critique of any worldview while temporarily assuming that it is a case, and then moving from there to see that if it's internally consistent. Now, I'm asking. Everything was at one single point. It's not logically necessitated.
So you don't believe in the Big Bang?
No, I do not.
And how old do you think?
Okay, Stephen Hawking, who is a former atheist, he's a theist now, but he was an atheist. Stephen Hawking said the following. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, when we conceptualize the Big Bang, all of the laws of nature break down at the Big Bang. So therefore, the laws of nature cannot be ultimate in themselves.
All over the world.